What could be coming in the next update? I've got some ideas, and I've got some strong suspicions that it may be soon, and I'll show you why. Let's go. Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we are going to be taking a look at what could be coming in the next update. Now, if you guys follow some people over on Twitter, I've seen some things that make me think, this update should be coming very soon. Wait a second, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Lex, come on, you already know everything that's in the update. Don't try to act like you don't know. And honestly, as of this moment right now, the 11th of December at 9:02 p.m., I do not know what is coming in the next update. But when I can share it with you, you guys will know all the sneak peeks, all the information will be on this channel, so be sure to subscribe. My update wish list. So let's go over the top 10 things that I want and think may be coming in this next update, as well as, you saw the thumbnail. I'm gonna get to that too, because it's pretty exciting. Let's just start off at the bottom. Number 10, new profile icons. Now, we've had the same profile icons for a long time. They haven't been changed, and I recently saw this over on Paul, who is one of the graphic artists for Brawl Stars. I saw it over on his Twitter. Now, they're probably just some art that he did for the different brawlers, and that's cool, but when I look at these, the first thing that I thought of when I saw these was like, dude, those look like new profile icons. How cool would it be to be able to get like skin customized profile icons that unlock once you buy the skin itself? You get a new profile icon that goes along with that skin. That would be really cool. I mean, it wouldn't take much work. I did this right there, and it only took me like 2 minutes. Literally, it took me 2 minutes to do that. Now, granted, it's probably not as good as what the profile icons are. I'm no professional graphic artist, but it would take hardly no work, and it'd be just a really cool little thing that we would all really enjoy. So now, one of the last things we saw in the last update was some certain phones being unlocked to be able to run Brawl Stars at 90 hertz refresh rate on their screen. It's actually a really super awesome feature, and more phones need to be added to it. I know for certain that OnePlus phones, because they're so awesome, my OnePlus 7 Pro, just let me take a second to plug it, the best phones in the world. OnePlus, I love these phones. You guys go check out OnePlus. They can run at 90 hertz, no problem. As soon as OnePlus unlocks their phones so that, not unlocks, they whitelist Brawl Stars. It allows Brawl Stars to be able to run at 90 hertz on their phones because the phones are capable of it, and I'm sure there's some other phones that are capable of it as well. Maybe you've got one right now that has a 90 hertz display, and unless it's like one of the ones that they pre-approved, or the iPad, or like an Asus or the Razer, there may have been another one in there. There's other phones that can do it too, and it's a really nice feature. I want to see all of them unlocked, tested and unlocked. If they're capable of running 90 hertz, they should be, because it makes the gameplay so much smoother. So come on, OnePlus. Next up are some remodels. In at number 8, Crow. Crow is going to get remodeled. Now, in terms of the remodels, I think that he's the one that's probably least likely to get the remodel. He looks pretty good, although I want to see what a remodeled White Crow would look like, because right now, again, worst value of skins is White Crow. I'm not saying it's not cool, it's just in terms of 80 gems for a simple recolor, no. I want to see some sweet remodels for Crow. A little biased, mind you, but do I think Crow is going to get remodeled in this update? Probably not. I hope he does, but the one that I think is going to get remodeled comes in at number 7, and that is Pam. I am fairly certain that Pam is going to get remodeled in this update. Now, if you followed a thread that Frank was talking about over on Twitter, which Frank is the lead developer for Brawl Stars, he said that they were working on some remodels, and that it seemed like, if I'm recalling correctly, that Pam seemed like she was pretty likely to get remodeled. So, wham bam, here comes a new remodel for Pam. Now, coming in at number 6 is a Trophy Road rework, or maybe just extension, because currently it ends out at like 12,000, no, is it 14,000 trophies? I don't know, it's somewhere up there, but there's tons of people who've reached the end of the Trophy Road. There's nothing left for them, so that's a part of the game that is completely non-existent to a lot of players. Maybe it's not the vast majority, I get that, but there are a lot of players who are at that level or higher, and the Trophy Road might as well not even exist, because it does nothing for them. It also is an incentive for lower players to keep pushing towards something, so that's good for the game as well. It's just some motivation to keep playing and get higher and higher. Number 5 is a big one, and I do think that we're going to get something in this regard. What exactly, I'm not sure. Now, we've seen lots of really good ideas about a reason to be in a club. Because right now, aside from social, you know, hanging out with your friends, finding people to play with, there's really no reason to be in a club. That's unfortunate, and Brawl Stars is a game where, unless you're just playing solo showdown all the time, you're just playing with randoms. That can be a frustrating experience, and so it's always better if you're going to be playing 3v3 modes to play with club mates. Confession, I actually like playing with randoms. It's kind of fun to see if the randoms you're going to get are going to be good or if they're going to be horrible, and how bad are they going to be. Sometimes you get some really good ones, but you know, anyway. So I think that there needs to be something done with clubs. You know, people have talked about donations or club wars or, you know, missions with your clubs or whatever. I don't think that we're going to get club wars. That's just too big of an undertaking. I think that's a very big thing that I'm sure that they're thinking of. I'm sure they want to do. I might give it like a 1% chance to happen. I just don't think it's going to. But I could be wrong. It's happened. It's never happened before. But it could happen. It could happen. Now, LONESTAR and TAKEDOWN are probably some of the least played game modes. Why is LONESTAR and TAKEDOWN some of the least played modes? Now, Solo Showdown is the most played mode in the game, yet the other two solo modes are the least played modes. And they're both fun. I enjoy both of them. I think I like TAKEDOWN better. I'm actually leaning towards LONESTAR here more often because TAKEDOWN seems very RNG. So let's take a look at TAKEDOWN. What can we change about TAKEDOWN to make it more exciting, make it more interesting? My idea was, instead of facing, you know, the Robo Rumble boss or the boss fight boss, the robot guy. He doesn't have a name. His name is, I'm just gonna call him Gary. All right, so Gary, we all fight Gary, and it's fine, but how much cooler would it be, instead of fighting Gary, like every time the map came up, the big brawler was an actual brawler from the game. So one day you're facing Boss Piper, and she has, you know, cool abilities, like she can, of course, do more damage from further away and not so much from close up, so it would encourage shorter range brawlers. And then maybe she could, like, you know, jump away and drop bombs instead of charging, and she would have some other special abilities. And then the next day you're playing Robo Spike, and Spike throws out cactus shots, and you're just playing a big souped up version of an actual brawler in the game. That would be really cool, as well as it would encourage the meta to be very diverse in the game. So you couldn't just say play Colt and Bull and Brock and, you know, Pam and just go in there and wreck, because it's not always going to work. You would have to change up your brawler selection based upon who the big brawler is that day, and that would be really cool, and I would really like to see that come into TAKEDOWN. I think they could add an entirely new element and really make the game exciting. Number 3, I think, is a 100% given. I don't see how this doesn't end up in game, and that is more skins. Are we gonna get some new holiday themed skins? Like, we got Christmas Penny, or was it Penny? Or Nita? It's Penny. Yeah, it's Penny. Are we gonna get Christmas Penny? Maybe we'll get an elf version of Piper. I mean, I don't know. There's lots of really cool possibilities. Skins. I think it's a guaranteed thing. There's going to be skins. I will eat my crow hat if I'm wrong. Number 2 on my list, and this one may seem far out, but I think that it's got a good shot of coming into the game, and that is a new dynamic map. Now, we have one dynamic map in game, and that is Minecart Madness. It's a cool map. For a very first iteration of this concept, like as a proof of concept, Minecart Madness is pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's got the dynamic element of the minecarts running through the maps. I think that we're gonna get a new dynamic map to the game. What that would look like, I'm not sure. I floated out the idea, and I don't know if the game is capable of this, but like pedestals that would like raise from the ground, maybe like 2 of them, one on each side of the map, or you can do it in Showdown. You could do some cool ideas with dynamic maps in Showdown. Please, devs, do something like that. But anyways, so pedestals raising up out of the ground, you could either they'd come up and you could use it to run around them, you know, the LOS, line of sight, to block some other players, or you could even get on that spot and it would raise you up into the sky. But there's some brawlers who could get up there, like Piper or Crow or El Primo. They could leap to the top of the pedestal. I don't know if the game physics would actually support that, if you could actually do it in game. I don't know. But it would be really cool to see something like that. And it seems way cooler in Showdown to have like a massive river gulch running through the map, and then it's dry at first, and then you can walk across it no problem. But as the game progresses, that water raises, and at some certain point, you can only cross over it on these certain spots like bridges or whatever, and it completely changes how you play the map as the game progresses. That would be really cool, and I think that is a cool idea, and I think that we're gonna get some sort of dynamic map in the game. How certain am I? Negative 10% certain. That's how certain I am. But I just gotta get a gut feeling that that's gonna happen. I think that would be really cool. I've always really enjoyed the maps. Of course, I have 2 maps in game, Sneaky Field and Pit Stop, and I've always really enjoyed the different maps. And speaking of maps, I'm going to be doing a video with the devs about maps. The process of how they're made, they're named, which maps are chosen and why, what about the rotations, all that good stuff, so stay tuned for that video coming up pretty soon. Okay, on to number 1. You guys saw the thumbnail. That new brawler is actually me. Okay, so I'm not gonna be put in the game, but it's such a sweet brawler concept. Now, I asked you guys to send me a concept of me. I had a different video in mind. I don't know if that video is gonna work just because I actually tried to do it and I was thinking of some stuff and it didn't seem to work, and so maybe it's just a bad idea by me, but I do appreciate all of you guys submitting. There were some really cool concepts. There was some great art in there, as well as there was just some hilarious things, like No Leg Lex. I'm just gonna bounce around and bite people on the legs. I got a good kick out of that one. There's some that put me as like on Mario's body, and Kairos was Yoshi. He was my pet. Kairos is my pet. I like it. But the best one I saw, definitely the most fleshed out, and they put a ton of work, was done by Chill Staff. It's actually 6 different guys. You can see their names here on screen. But check this out. They've got all of the attacks, all the supers, the star power, the stats, a sweet drawing of me as a technician, because I used to be a technician before I was a YouTuber, and it's just great. Profile pictures, everything. I love it. Thank you guys so much for submitting this too. It's so good. You guys definitely go check them out over on Reddit. You can see their usernames. New brawler. I definitely think there's going to be a new brawler in this update. Again, the last update was just a few skins, so I think we're absolutely in line for a new brawler. What kind of new brawler do I think we're going to get? I think we're going to get a mythic tank. That would be cool. I would love to see some sort of really more complicated, higher skill cap, but yet still a tank style brawler, because like brawlers like, say, Rosa, it's very linear. I mean, you literally can do good with Rosa by literally just pressing auto aim, and you don't even have to aim your super. You can't. So you can tap on one side of your screen and move around, and you can do pretty well with Rosa. I want to see something with a higher skill cap. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, mind you, because tanks seem to be like the big brutes that are dumb, but they can pull it off, and that's what I want to see. I want to see a mythic tank. What do you guys think is going to be coming in the next update? What brawler rarity and style do you think is going to be coming in the update? Let me know in the comments down below. So that is my wish list for the Brawl Stars December update. One really cool thing is that every time I ever get the developers build and they give me all the patch notes and everything, I look at it and I'm like, wow, I was not expecting that. Whatever that may be, I wonder what it's going to be this time. It's always really exciting to find out. And again, be sure to subscribe, because I'll give you all the information. So that big wow thing, like, holy crap, check that out. I will be bringing that to you, along with all the normal stuff, all the features, the new Brawler 1v1. Again, none of this is official. None of this is official. This is purely speculation. The other big question is, when is the update? When is Brawl Talk? Now, if you want to know more about when Brawl Talk is, Ark put out a video with the developers, chatting with them with that exact question, so I will link his video in the description down below. You can go click on that. He talks with Danny and Ryan about when is Brawl Talk, what's the process of Brawl Talk, how do you guys decide when it comes out, and all that good stuff. As far as when the update is, I have no clue. I don't know. So whenever I can share all that information with you guys, I absolutely will, right here on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. The process of how they're made, created, that's the same thing. Diggity, dig, dig, dig it. Diggity, 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 dig it. Dude, you just screwed up my entire recording.
Dude, you were saying diggits.
It's a thing. All right, check it out. Dang it, I sounded like Can You Dig It there. Yo, check it out, yo. That's a pretty good Dickon impersonation. I wish I should try to fake like I'm him someday. Now, when I can share you the top 10 things that I want out of this next update. Why is my computer making noise? Get us some new profile icons, Brawl Stars. That would be really cool, and it would, wow, what was that green spot?